Okay, so the first thing we got here, we have a 1 coin. Let me get another one. Yeah, right here. Has this dude on it right here. We have a 5 coin. It's a little bit bigger. It's got the beveled and edges and all that. Then we have a 10 coin. It looks like it has actual gold on it. It says right there, 10. And this guy too. The bills start at 20. And they look like this. And then you go up to 50. You do 100, 500, and 1,000. I don't have those bills right now. I got a little spendy. But for reference, this is a 100 yuan from China. So right there. And for scale, this is how big the baht is to the yuan. Same thing with this one. Yeah. I don't know why China's money is so big. It doesn't even fit in my American wallet. It just doesn't make any sense.
Welcome to day 3, where we start off with a very rude awakening. And by very rude, I mean a very rude hangover that woke me up once I actually, became conscious. I slept in until about lunchtime or so, maybe like noon, which is not usual for me to do while I'm on vacation. For some of you, it might be normal. For some of you, it might be like daily life, but not normal for me. Once I was good enough and recovered to a point, I basically decided this would be the day for the fursuit pictures and the point of this miniseries, which, fursuiting across Asia, gotta get the fursuit in there somehow. So, I take the fursuit head, put it on, head up to the rooftop, and then I snap some pictures. And then I take it off, and then off and on I would pass by this temple in the Bangkok area, and apparently this one is called Wat Boar Nivet. It's a pretty major monastery temple kind of a thing that was built when they moved the capital down to Bangkok. And of course it looked cool, so I had to walk on inside there. But I could not actually go inside any of the buildings and such because I was not dressed for the part. They want you to be respectful inside these places. They don't want you to dress like a tourist, basically. Cover up your sleeves, get on some pants, put on some shoes. And unfortunately, I was breaking 2 or 3 of those rules. So, yeah, could not actually go inside. But I did get some footage of this monitor lizard.
Yeah.
On the way back, I tried some street food. Finally, some more street food, the best part of any Asian country. This time it was some spicy crab soup kind of a thing.
Okay.
I take it to the little cafe. I put it in a little bowl. I heat it up. And it is way too spicy for me to handle. Like, I'm used to eating Tex-Mex, and that has a little bit of spice to it with the serrano and jalapeno peppers. I've also eaten spicy Chinese food. Sometimes that was a little too spicy for my taste, but I was not prepared for Thai spicy. The spices that the Thai people use in their foods, a little bit too much for me. Well, that was dinner. So let's head on outside again with the fursuit this time. I take it with me. I head over to this little park area. And it's near a river. Let's check out some photos I took by the river. Similar to what you might see in China, there were old people out dancing. Well, I wouldn't say old people, like middle-aged people going out into the park and doing little exercise dance routines, being led by this very effeminate gentleman. And of course, I had to join in. And I did such a good job, as you can see. And it was off to head through the streets of the night in Bangkok. I did not return to Khao San Road. I passed through a little bit of it, but only to head to other destinations. Here's footage of that. Over here is a World War I monument. Fun fact, Thailand took the side of the Allies and sent its soldiers all the way over to the German Austrian Empire to fight with the French in the UK and all that. Fun times. This big open park area is called Sanam Luang. It's basically on the other side of the road from where the actual, like, parliament and government buildings are at the moment, the ones that are in current use. Heading up there, you can see where the old government royal court building was, the Royal Palace. But because it was heading into like 9 or 10 o'clock, I couldn't actually go inside. Although it did shimmer and shine in the night as I was walking outside. At that point, my feet were getting tired, and I just wanted to head back to the hostel to hang out. So I take a taxi back, and that was all of day 3. But day 4 will be much more exploratory. I had another day trip planned, so look forward to that in... Day 4 in Thailand, the last day. The day after that was going to be my flight over to the next place, the next destination. So for now, it was going to be a big trip. I was heading up to the old capital, Old Siam, Ayutthaya. I was warned of tuk-tuk drivers. I was warned of people trying to scam tourists. So I did my best to try and see what I could without getting too much stolen from my wallet. Okay, phrasing it like that makes it seem like they're literally taking money from my wallet. But like, that's kind of what a scam is figuratively, right? But then in comes this tuk-tuk driver. He's just like, okay, look, I'll give you a low price. 800 baht. I'll take you to all these temples. You don't have to worry about anything else. And like an idiot, I said yes. Look, the only other option was to take a bike. And I did not feel like riding a bike. You know, for some reason, I had a weird aversion to riding bikes until I got here to Taiwan and had to do that for work, and still have to do that for work, actually. But I also just like riding around on a bike, just in general. You know, once I've actually gotten good at it, you know, I like it again. But in Thailand, 2 years ago, no way. I'd rather get a tuk-tuk. So things start out pretty good. We head over to our first temple. This is a pretty major one in the southeast part of Ayutthaya. It is Wat Yai Chai Mongkort. It was constructed and commissioned by this king here back in 1357. It is that old. Yes, sirree. That's the amazing part of these places, actually. The fact that it is that old and still, like, recognizable and visitable. There are many, many, many different things that I like about this one particular spot. First of all, there's the little staircase that heads all the way up to the top of this one part, and you can overlook the whole place from here. All those stuccos and spires and all of that is also a staple of the Thai temple architecture. That's always a nice thing to see. It's really cool. And there are a whole bunch of statues of Buddhas around here. Lots of Buddhas. There's even this giant lying Buddha. There are actually a couple of temples that have a lying Buddha, but this one is the first lying Buddha that I ever saw in my life. And boy howdy, was this a special one for me. Off to the next temple, which is Wat Panan Chon Volavehan. That's a little difficult for me to say. It's basically just Panan Chon Royal Temple. On the outside, it doesn't look all that spectacular, and even once you go inside, it's a nice little place to go into if you're a worshiper of the Buddhism. But then you get to see the real reason that people go to this temple in particular. Yeah, that's an actual giant golden Buddha statue. It is basically the largest one that I've ever seen. Entirely made out of gold, I should mention. could not have thought of a much cooler thing to see. But then, it was off to the reason that you should avoid some of these tuk-tuk drivers. You see, the next destination after this temple was a little camp with a market and a river around. It also involved elephants. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut part of this footage out. The parts that I will show you are just to give you an understanding of just a little bit more about why it just seems so unethical to have these elephants around here being used for tourism purposes. I'm not going to actually say the name of this place. I don't want you to go anywhere near this place. We'll just call it the Evil Elephant Place. EEP for short. So, EEP starts off, you have to pay somewhere around 2,000 baht just to get inside. That's the entrance fee. I paid 800 to have a tour guide take me to all these different temples. The temples themselves cost anywhere from less than $1 to $1.50 worth of baht. But the mainstay of this temple, I figured out later, was this Evil Elephant Place. The worst part about this is the next thing that I saw. This is not just an Evil Elephant Place. They have tigers. Well, they have a tiger. I don't know if they have more than one, but they had a tiger today. They had a tiger that they wanted the tourists to go over and take a picture with. I'm not going to show you the photo of me with the tiger. I'm just not comfortable showing some of this. I'll show a little bit of it just to give you an idea of what I first saw, of the kind of danger I was in. Like, did I just pay 2,000 baht to have a tiger maul me to death? But you know what? The tiger was chained down. They prodded it to make sure it didn't bite people. Made sure the animal was trained as you were sitting right by it, giving a very fake smile. It was like, hey, yeah, you next to the tiger, picture! Speechless. But then after the tiger romp, it was time to ride the elephant. The unfortunate part of riding on the elephant this time was that I actually got to see some restored krongs and stucco pieces and temple places that the elephant just happened to walk around. I'm trying to debate whether I should show that, because it is based on the exploitation of an animal. But after the elephant ride, it was off to go to the market. You know, the market was where I got a little bit of food, and then it was time to go to the river. Get on a little boat ride. Did you know this place was man-made? They man-made this place. This was not here in the old times. This is a new settlement. It was a literal tourist trap they made. Man-made. Although the river was nice, it felt authentic. It felt the most authentic, at least. Don't ever go here, please. Don't spend 2,000 baht to ride on an elephant. I didn't even pay that much on the first time to ride on an elephant. Oh my god. They were probably paying this one tuk-tuk driver to take people to this spot, just because it's probably just so unpopular to people who actually know what this place actually is. And after we're done with this place, we go to an actual temple.
Okay, over there. Buy inside. Ticket, buy ticket.
Yeah.
50 baht.
Alright.
I wait here 30 minutes.
Alright. Now this place was the second coolest place I could have ever gone to in Ayutthaya. It is Wat Mahatat. It's easy to pronounce for the foreign tongue, first of all. Second of all, it's a pretty cool place because of one of the Buddha heads is in a very special place. So I'll roll some footage and then you will see it a little bit later. Here you go. And here it is, the Buddha head in the tree. Tangled and raveled. It is Instagram worthy, suffice to say. I didn't actually post it to Instagram. I did post it to Facebook, I think. And then it was off to the last temple on our tour, Wat Ratchaburan. This was made back in 1424. I like it when things are older than the country that I come from. Can you tell? They did a really good job restoring this, I should say, too. All those years ago when they were restoring it, good job. It was apparently founded by this king here and built upon the cremation of his two older brothers. Oh yeah, it was kind of dangerous to climb up on this thing, but they let people do it. There was no sign that saying, like, no, don't do it. So, whatever. Fun fact, it was looted back in the 50s. I guess that's not very fun, is it? No. They did recover some of the lost stolen items, but some of it is in a museum, some of it is inside of the temple itself. Again, love all the prongs, all the stuccos, all this architecture from a time long past. Excellent stuff, would visit again. then it was time to go from Ayutthaya back to Bangkok. Sitting hours in traffic. Oh, fun. But once I got back there, it was time for me to head on into the nightlife outside of Khalsan Road, I should mention. Get some food at a night market, like food court area. Head inside of a shopping mall. Play some arcade games, especially Pump It Up. I did not plan on failing, that was just the one attempt I tried on camera. Get some boba milk tea on the way back, and that was day 4. And that was Thailand. Now, do I regret going to Thailand? Absolutely not. There were only a couple of parts I wish I could have done better, but otherwise, just fun time all around, you know? You learn some things, figure out what not to do later, and overall, you have a fun little package. So this has been another episode of Fursuiting Across Asia with your host Lightning Runner as Burger the Bull. There is a playlist of more of these videos down below, along with my other vlog videos.
Also, in the description below, you will see my social media links. That will be my Telegram, my Twitter, and my Instagram. You will also find my TikTok handle down there. It's the same as my Instagram, just in case you want to watch a couple of short, silly little videos from me. You will also see my Discord screen name and a link to my Discord server. This is for all people to join that like furry content. You can talk to other fans of this channel. You can talk about your favorite movies or music or cartoons. You can share memes. You can do anything you want. You will also see a link to my Patreon. For at least $1 every month, just $1, you will have access to early viewings of my videos. That will be either the day or the night before. That's all my reviews, my vlogs, any kind of video that you see on my channel. There's also the option on Patreon to sponsor a video every month. If you are an artist or a small business, you can use my videos to advertise anything you want, any projects that you're working on, any causes that you need people to see. Again, that's all in the description below, my social media, my Discord server, and my Patreon. You can give a thumbs up if you like the video, a thumbs down if you dislike the video, I won't be offended. And you can also hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon if you want to watch more videos from my channel. Though you might want to watch a couple more videos before committing to that.
Next episode is going to be Singapore, the one giant Los Angeles-esque city-state in Southeast Asia. I actually got to meet up with some local furries in this place, so look forward to that. We'll talk about it more in the next part of this series, so see you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you.